So yesterday we have seen, right? So how the architects will be there for the ETL. Okay, how the source will be loaded, will be available, and what is the target. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, just sharing my screen. Okay. So if we go with the Exodus architecture, so this is the source. Okay, and in a source, after the source, my voice is clear, right?
Yeah, yeah, clear.
Okay, fine. Okay. So from source application, you can say from the application to data will be loaded to data stage, and where we have a data warehouse. Okay, this is the thing. So generally, in ETL process, we call it as a source. Okay, and this is the staging. Yes, yeah, it is like a staging. It is called as in ETL. It is a staging. Okay, and this is
Target.
target. Okay, so source, staging, target. So whenever you look into the any ETL project, right? This is the common architecture of the any ETL project. Okay, we have a source and we have a staging area, and we will have a staging area, and we will have a target here. Okay, so just a minute, is saying that Java full stack again there is a conflict. Yesterday also we have seen the same issue. Just a minute, Dasharat, okay. Okay, this is the common architecture of the any source to staging to target. Okay, so whatever the data entered in application, this is the application we can say. Okay, suppose if you imagine like you might have visited like DMart somewhere, right? So they used to ask like after the all the billing process, they will ask you their mobile number or something like that. Okay, so this is whatever the transaction done on the particular application, it is going to be load in the source. As I said, it is a database. Okay, so here generally, if you imagine there is a bank application or insurance application or whether other application, suppose a bank application, you open a one account, a new account which you open. Okay, this is going to be this account number is going to be load in a database. We have a account number here. Okay, so this account number is known as hello. Hello.
Oh
Can you
no.
mute yourself, Dashrath?
Yeah, yeah.
And other, who is this?
Yeah, it's unknown person. My side is okay.
Okay, fine. I will call it maybe from the institute.
Another person. Okay.
So yes, so this is what like an account number is open here in application level, and that is stored. That is stored in the. This is first time inserting a account number in the database. So this is called an operation. It is called as a insert. Okay, one account is open, and this account has inserted into the database. That means it is appended into the database. That is called insert operation. The operation name and this is called as insert operation. Okay, and then you have some changes in account. So you did some credit and debit information. You do some transactions, right? So whatever the transaction you did, that changes will be reflect on this account. So that operation is called as a update operation.
And then can you increase the font size?
Yeah, sure. I don't know why it is taking a default. I will change it to different font. Okay, fine. See, fine. Okay, so this is an update operation. Okay, so we have a account creation, that is insert operation, and where we have some transactions on the credit, debit, and update thing, that is called as update operation. And some case, like after some few days, like we don't require this account, I delete it, I close this account, close this account. This is called as a delete operation. Okay, so from the application to this source database. Okay, from the application to the source database. Just a minute. Call is.
సార్ యాక్చువల్లీ నేను కాల్స్ చేశాను కానీ వాళ్ళ ఫోన్ నంబర్స్ ఇచ్చేది తెలుసా
అవునా, ఒకరు
నేను
ఉన్నారు.
ఒకసారి ఈవినింగ్ మాట్లాడేసి నేను క్లియర్గా మీకు అప్డేట్ ఇస్తాను.
ఇంకోటి ఇప్పుడు 10 కి మళ్ళీ జావా ఫుల్ స్టాక్ ఏదో వస్తుంది అప్డేట్.
లేదు 10 కి
జావా ఫుల్ స్టాక్ క్లాస్ ఉందని వస్తుంది.
సార్ వాళ్ళు యాక్చువల్ గా వేరే మేము మీటింగ్ జరుగుతుంది కదా, సో మీటింగ్ ఎండ్ మీటింగ్ చేయలేరు వాళ్ళు. ఎందుకంటే మీటింగ్ జరుగుతున్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళు వెయిట్ చేస్తారు కదా, వాళ్ళు పోటీ మీటింగ్ వేరే మీటింగ్ లో అటెండ్ అవుతారు. ఏం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు.
Okay, fine. So this is what. So what is happened like an application level? We are going to close this up account, that is called as a delete operation. So from application to source, from application to this database, source is nothing but it is a database. Okay, I call it a relational database. Here we see the regular operation is called insert, update, and delete operations. Okay, so that is why this source database is known as a OLTP, online transactional processing. Online transactional processing.
Process.
Okay, so this is what like in an online transactional processing, generally the operations which is done like insert, update, delete operations only. Okay, so we do an application, insert will be happen, update will be happen, delete will be happen. So based on that, so the data will be loaded here. Okay, and one more thing, this online transactional processing, okay, this online transactional processing, okay, is the source for data warehouse. And this data warehouse, ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నాం generally, we are selecting a data from the database to staging, and staging to we are selecting a data as the target. From here to here, from here to here, we generate some reports. We generate some reports. That is fine. Okay, but this generation is happening with the operation called as select. Select operation we do. Okay, so selection, right? From here to here and here to here. We choose a data and we choose a particular data and we do some transformation and we load it into the data warehouse. Based on the data, BA reporting tool will go and generate the reports here. So that is overall the thing is that we are selecting a data from the data warehouse. Okay, so this data warehouse, why we are selecting? To do some analysis, right? To do some analysis or we to do some future estimations. అంతే కదా. So whatever the business we are doing that selection operation on the data warehouse to BA reporting or reporting all those things. So that is done by the select operation. The selection is happened by the analysis or future estimation. That is why this data warehouse is known as a OLAP, online analytical processing. Online analytical processing. So we have a OLTP, that is online transactional processing. And these are the operations which are done by insert, update, delete operations. These are day-to-day transactions. This is known as day-to-day transactions. Okay. Here, this analytical processing is known as a for the future estimations, and we do the select operations. Okay. And why it is instead of the delete operations and day-to-day transactions happens, right? So these operations to improve the performance of the insert, update, delete operations, online transactional processing is normalized. It is normalized. What is normalization? We will discuss later, like in a detailed session. We will have a what is normalization thing. Okay, to improve the performance of insert, update, delete operations, we made this online transactional processing is a normalized. Okay, and to improve the performance of select operation, we make sure that the data warehouse is denormalized. Okay, just a minute. Okay, sorry for this. So whatever the operations we do, that is called OLTP, and this is OLTP. Now we'll make a notes on this. Okay, so suppose what is OLTP? First thing, it is generally designed for, as we discussed, day-to-day transactions. Okay, now currently what you if you do any transaction at the account level, so that is going to be captured in the database. Okay, in after 1 hour, after 2 hours, before 1 hour, before 2 hours, whatever the transaction you do, that is going to be captured. That is called day-to-day transactions. Okay, and the transaction may be inserting or updating and delete. We perform operations like insert, update, delete operations. Okay. And this OLTP performs the insert, update, delete operation so that it is normalized. So that it is normalized. Okay. So, and also we can say this OLTP is the source for OLTP. Fine. Day-to-day transactions we do, and insert, update, delete operations we do, and normalized OLTP is normalized, and OLTP is the source for OLTP. And where it comes to the OLAP, OLAP, it is for the analysis and what is future estimations, analysis and future estimations. Okay, future estimations. And the next thing is It is the operation which we do in the OLTP is select operation. Okay. And the other thing is it is denormalized. Because why it is denormalized? Denormalized, why it is denormalized means to improve the performance of select operation, that is denormalized. Okay. Just same like if you anyone ask you like what is the difference between OLTP and OLAP, okay, and what are the things will be happen, what are the operations will be happening between the OLTP and OLAP, that is called like you can say day-to-day transaction will be happening instead of the delete operations and normalized, and OLTP is the source for the OLAP. Okay, and OLTP is also known as a database, and this is data warehouse. It's a data warehouse. Here, so this is what OLTP and OLAP. Now we have seen about the till now data warehouse. Okay, in data warehouse, whatever the we have suppose in this process, so we have a here like employee details and customer details and product details, and also like branches, like whatever the branches available in this case. Okay, so if you go with one organization, these are the different business areas data will be entered in the application level. This is called as different business areas. Okay, so if you are loading this data, you are loading this data directly from the source and source to staging and staging to the data warehouse. All the business areas data will be loaded into the data warehouse. All the business areas. But my point of view, right, as a business owner, I want to analysis on the employees data. Next year, how many employees I have to hire? I have to get that analysis. Okay, so I required only employees data, not the customer, not the product, not the branches. Okay, how many employees? Suppose I do have like 1,000 employees, and what are the salaries, total salaries? Suppose like 1 lakh salary, I'm going to spend them. Okay, so next year I want to increase at least 100 employees. This type of decisions I have to take it. So I need only employees data, not the other data. So if you are doing the data warehouse to combine with all the data, so and you require only employees data, it is going to be a huge burden on the revenue side, right? So to make a business owner to make a decision. So what they do, right? They separate out the business areas in the data warehouse after the data warehouse build up or before the data warehouse. But if you are loading a data which is related to a separate, a specific business area data, is known as a data model. Okay, data model. Data warehouse లోనే ఒక స్పెసిఫిక్ బిజినెస్ ఏరియాకి డేటా లోడ్ చేస్తే దాన్ని ఏమంటారు అంటే డేటా మార్ట్ అంటారు. Okay, these data marts are two types. One is dependent data mart and other is independent data mart. Okay, so dependent data mart and independent data. డిపెండెంట్ డేటా మార్ట్ అంటే ఏంటి, మరి ఇండిపెండెంట్ డేటా మార్ట్ అంటే దీన్ని ఏమంటారంటే టాప్ డౌన్ అప్రోచ్ అంటారు. అండ్ దిస్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో నోన్ ఎస్ ఏ బాటమ్ అప్ అప్రోచ్. ఓకే, టాప్ డౌన్ అప్రోచ్ అండ్ బాటమ్ అప్ అప్రోచ్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ వాట్ లైక్ బాటమ్ అప్ అప్రోచ్, టాప్ డౌన్ అప్రోచ్ అంటే ఏంటో చూద్దాం. ఓకే, సో డిపెండెంట్ డేటా మార్ట్, ఇండిపెండెంట్ డేటా, ఈ ఎంటైర్ ప్రాసెస్ లో I'm taking a new. We have a source. We have a source, and from the source to data will be loaded to the staging area. From here to data will be loaded to the. We have a complete business areas data here, right? So
Yeah,
we have a.
and what is the use of staging?
Yeah, that is what, like, see, uh, suppose this is an application. Imagine this is an application.
Yeah.
From application to we load the data here. So what are the operations will be happen? Insert, update, delete operations will be happening regularly. Okay. At the same time, if you are selecting a data from here, you want to do some analysis. Suppose it is a data warehouse. Imagine this is a data warehouse. And you are selecting a data from here regularly. So there will be a lot of burden on this database, right? You do the insert, update, delete operations same time, and same time you are going to select this data from for the data warehouse. So this is going to be a huge burden on the database. Suppose if you might have seen in a book my show some case, right? So where the proposed movie release, right? There will be some book my show will be have a downtime. There will be a
Yeah.
crash into the so the number of hittings of the customers will be going to be huge that time. Okay. Same case, if the number of hitting the insert, update, delete operations happen on the database is going to be increased, and same time you are pulling the data from the database, it is going to be a problem of the database. There is a chance to the crash of the database. What happen is, in case if it is a staging area, right? What they do, this insert, update operations will be happen day to day, every day. Okay. And there will be some downtime of this application. Suppose night 12 p.m. or something, they maintain some downtime. In this during downtime, right, 1 to 1 p.m. some downtime. What they do, entire data will be dumped into the staging area. Okay, entire data will be dumped into the staging area. That time there is no insert, update, delete operations will not be happening in the database there. So you might have seen in a ATM also sometimes downtime is going on. Downtime. You might have get some banking or messages downtime. This is the downtime for application or something like that. Right? You can't do any insert, update, delete operations. So in the meantime, the downtime, whatever the data you enter, that data will be loaded to the staging. From this staging area, whatever that manipulations you can do, you can do. This staging area is free, right? After this staging area is free. No, nothing is going to be inside next 12 to 1 p.m. Okay, there you do some manipulations here to here. So that is why the maintaining a staging area is very important here. And we are not doing the manipulations on direct original data. We are doing the copy of the original data and we are doing the manipulations here. Clear? Okay. Clear in the?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. And including Indian day, in case in some other model, suppose this is the employee model they are using for develop a employee business data. Some customer model కూడా develop చేయాలనుకుంటున్నారు. And they can use the staging area directly here. They don't have to connect with the uh, original data, that means source data, OLTP. Okay, they can connect with different projects can connect with the staging area. But e projects such as either database connect again there is a burden of the database. That is why maintaining a staging area is very important. And in ETL project, every ETL project we will have a staging area. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. Fine. So after this staging area, we have a we will have a data which is loaded into the different data modes. Suppose employees data and whatever the customers data, as I said, like product information data will be loaded into the different data modes from the staging area. Directly they divide the business areas data and they load into the different data modes. Okay, these are known as a independent data modes. Data mart అంటే ఏంటి? It is for the specific business area. Whatever the data we loaded into the data warehouse, that is called as a specific business area. If you have only specific business area data in the database, that is called as a data mart. Okay, so data marts అనేది after the staging directly if you are loading, that is called as independent data mart, or we can call this as a bottom up approach. Okay, but in some cases what will happen, we do develop data warehouse first with all the business areas, And from this data warehouse, we separating the data marts. ఫస్ట్ డేటా మార్ట్స్ మొత్తం డేటా వేరస్ డెవలప్ చేస్తారు బిజినెస్ ఏరియాస్. దెన్ ఈ డేటా వేరస్ నుంచి డిఫరెంట్ డేటా మార్ట్స్ ని సపరేట్ చేస్తారు. ఓకే, దీన్ని ఏమంటారు అంటే డిపెండెంట్ డేటా మార్ట్ అంటారు. డిపెండెంట్ డేటా మార్ట్ ఎందుకంటే ఈ డేటా మార్ట్ అనేటువంటివి ఈ డేటా వేరస్ క్రియేట్ అయ్యే వరకు డిపెండ్ కావాలి, రైట్? డేటా వేరస్ మొత్తం ఆల్ బిజినెస్ ఏరియా డేటా లోడ్ అయిన తర్వాతనే డేటా మార్ట్స్ అనేవి డేటా లోడ్ అవుతాయి. సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ లైక్ దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ డిపెండెంట్ డేటా మార్ట్స్. Okay, clear? So we have two types of data marts. Data mart is something like that. It is a specific business area data which we are loading into the data mart. That is called as a data mart. Data marts will have only specific business area, whether it is employee, whether it is customer, whether it is product, their exam. Okay. And these data marts are two types of data marts. We have dependent data mart and independent data mart. Okay. And dependent data mart is something like that. It's a top-down approach also. It is known as, okay. And independent data mart is also known as a bottom-up approach. Why bottom-up approach అంటారు ఎందుకంటే సింపుల్ గా డేటా మార్ట్స్ అనేది బాటమ్ అండి, సింపుల్ ఏమంటారు డౌన్ స్ట్రీమ్స్ అంటారు వీటి. ఓకే, సో వీటి నుంచి డేటా వేరస్ డెవలప్ చేస్తారు కాబట్టి దాన్ని బాటమ్ అప్ అప్రోచ్ అంటారు. సో టాప్ డౌన్ అప్రోచ్, టాప్ ఏంటి డేటా వేరస్, ఎవ్రీవేర్ ఈస్ అ టాప్ డౌన్, టాప్ ఈస్ అ డేటా వేరస్. ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డెవలప్ ఏ డేటా మార్ట్స్ దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as a టాప్ డౌన్ అప్రోచ్. ఓకే, దానికి బదులుగా ఈజీగా గుర్తుంటుందని నేను ఇండిపెండెంట్ డిపెండెంట్ అని ఎందుకున్నానంటే, సో ఇండిపెండెంట్ ఈస్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ డిపెండింగ్ ఆన్ ద డేటా వేరస్ టు బి క్రియేట్. Every business area data is going to be loaded in a separate. Okay, that is why it is independent. Dependent is nothing but the data, entire data will be loaded into the data warehouse, all business areas data. Then this data will be separated. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. So yes, that's it. So we have other things too, but we have only less attendance today. So I'm thinking like we will stop here, so they will miss the other concept, right? So we'll continue tomorrow with the other concepts.